Now, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. So let me explain. First off, it's free. I'm not joking, you guys. The Anchor app, it is free to use. Second, there's creation tools that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Now that's awesome, isn't it? Third, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere, you guys, on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and so many more platforms. Fourth, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Now, is that awesome, you guys, or what? That's just terrific. And finally, it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So I have another podcast with Anchor, and I'm just loving Anchor so much. I love it. It's so very easy to use, guys. So why don't you download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. What's up, you guys? And welcome to the official podcast of Damian Talks Education. So listen up. I am here to talk about all things education on my podcast. So get prepared for some realness and honesty of education as I walk you down through various of topics that's happening in the education world with some amazing guests, to sharing stories relating to education and so much more, because I got you covered with education. So join me on this journey of education with me. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Damian Talks Education, and happy Friday to all of my DTM fam out there, you guys. We have made it to another week, you guys. We have made it, so give yourself a hands clap. I know I am happy because, you guys, joining me back today, you guys, is Andrew Frett. So welcome back, Andrew. How are you doing?
Howdy. Please note when he said that you made it through Friday, unless you have to work tomorrow, like me. So the weekend has not finally arrived for myself because the weekend has arrived on Sunday. That is the only weekend. So I'm not celebrating my Friday until Saturday.
Oh,
So.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, you guys. So we're going to hop. Okay, you guys. Now, this is the month. I'm recording this, you guys, in July. So this is the month of September, which means, and I explained it on the premiere episode, throughout the month of September, you guys, I'll be bringing on my co-hosts off of Featured Educators Talk, to catch up with them. They are joining me onto my show, discussing the topics that I will be talking with all of you guys, and so much more. So we have last episode, you guys, Andrew, we did his out of the way. He talked about his shows, of what he's doing, all of that. So I will not be doing that in this episode. So you guys will see him, Coach D. Now, let's hop right into today's show, shall you guys? Now, this is for all of the new teachers out there that, are starting out the new school year off. And I wanted to provide this to all of you guys. So new teachers out there, pay close attention to this. Have your notes out, your pens, what's up. So jot these down as well. And then to also, with veteran teachers out there as well. Because this can quite, help out with you, so you can teach those new teachers if you feel like it. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Oh, one more thing. Not only veteran and new teachers, even substitute teachers like myself. That's why I gave a little wave. So make sure you get a piece of paper, pen, pencil, because class is in session.
Mm-hmm. Class is in session.
We are your professors, okay? So you better be taking notes because there will be a quiz at the end of this. No, just kidding. There won't be no quiz. But take notes.
Yes. They know what's up. They know what's up in every episode. So you guys, let's get into new teachers. How to start your first year off right with confidence. Okay. Now, a set of strategies ranging from the simple, like, organizing your desk and your room every afternoon, to a more complex ideas like, turning your teaching philosophy into some actions. Now, I want to point this out to you guys that if you are stepping into your classroom as, a first, teaching job, it is the most joy. Well, I don't know this for yet, you guys. I don't know this for yet, you guys, okay, because I'm not a teacher just yet, but it is a most joyful yet sobering point in your teaching career. I probably will experience that my first year. But yeah,
As he
so
wipes away a tear. So yeah. So
yes.
I'm gonna chime in right here. Yes, it will be the most joyful, because you worked your butt off. Okay. You
Exactly.
passed your exams, you passed, you did a whole lot of 4 years of studying.
Yep.
You went to every class, you took notes, you passed every test, you passed every quizzes. You even went to your student teaching at whatever school that you student taught at, and
Uh-huh.
now you about to enter your first classroom of the school year. Okay, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's the
now for
moment.
me, I will cry. Okay, I'm gonna go
Oh
ahead and tell
yeah.
you
Oh yeah.
right front, I'm gonna cry. Okay, because being a teacher is my dream job. Okay.
Exactly.
Many people say, oh, I want to be a pilot, or I want to be the president of the United States, or I want to be a firefighter,
Yeah.
or some other
And
career
yeah.
options.
And good for
But
y'all. Yeah.
for me, teaching a teacher, let me rephrase that. An educator
Yes.
is what I want to be. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I that is my mindset. That is where I am heading. I cannot think of no other career choice
Mm,
other even though people have said to me that I look like a business leader or businessman.
yeah.
I think not.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, no. I mean I can leave, but anyway, we're not gonna get into that topic. But
Yeah. Yeah.
new
Yeah.
teachers, um, yeah, you got flexible seating, you got um ways to, like he said, ways to organize your classroom. And
Exactly.
let me say this: it
Huh?
has to be comfortable, okay? Because your classroom has to be comfortable, because if students walk in and your classroom is not comfortable, they're not going to feel comfortable.
You
Okay,
got
they're not going to.
you got right. Mm-hmm.
So you got to make sure, or do some magic to make sure that your classroom is welcoming and comfortable. So
Mm-hmm.
add some flexible seating in there, add some, rearrange your desk, add some books, do like a library or something of that nature, man. It's that stuff like that. Because I really hope that you are taking notes right now of everything I just said. So this could be a good information to help you grow for this school year.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I know I probably touch base on this on here so many times, but I cannot, and to all my former teachers out there, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love, enjoy being in each of your classroom, you guys. Trust me on that. But there are some of my former teachers that as soon as you walk into the classroom, it just feels like, the students don't want to be there.
Boring, dull. There's
Exactly.
nothing
Is
entertaining. Like you got nothing entertaining on your wall. You have
exactly.
nothing but. I mean, don't get me wrong. You got quotes on the board. Quotes on your on your wall. Yes, I get that. But like nobody
Yeah.
wants to see a blank wall. Okay. Your blank actually, your classroom is like a canvas. It's like your classroom is a blank canvas. Yes, you may get some desks and chairs. Yes, you may get your desk, your teacher desk, but your classroom is a blank canvas.
Mm-hmm. And you guys will need to, you know, fill it up. Bring some sunshine, some light up in it to be bright. You guys, I'm not bashing out, my former teachers who did that. But for me, I want to walk in, feeling like, like Andrew said, your classroom needs to feel, comfortable because we can tell you guys, we can tell if you don't feel comfortable being there, then
Mhm.
how do you expect us to feel comfortable as well? How is that? You have nothing onto the walls and stuff. You don't feel like being there. You're all dull. You're not, energetic. So how in the world do you expect us to respond back to you in that kind of a way if you're not like that yourself? You guys do not want me to go into this type of conversation. So we're going to start off this episode here for my new teachers. Okay, so that'll be another episode, you guys.
Wait,
There.
wait, wait.
Um,
Let me add
Andrew
one more
said,
thing.
yeah.
Let me add one more thing. And you're wondering why your students are asleep. All right, next topic, moving on.
All right, you guys. So, like I said, it's the moment when you realize that every decision that you make, either big or small, will have a real impact on the lives of your students. And you have spent years of learning how to teach. And now, you guys, it is your time to teach your students how to learn. Okay. So, let's get into this right here. And I am not learning this in college yet because I am not at that stage yet. I don't know. This is probably during your senior year of college. I don't know, but some of you guys know what I'm talking about here, and I'm going to mispronounce it. But you may remember learning about a pedagogic creed in one of your college courses, whatever that is. It is a declaration. I found out it is a declaration made by all of great educators throughout history. So you can use this as your core belief as an educator, and you could think of this as your mission statement, which is, what is your role as the teacher? What do you
Mhm.
believe education should accomplish for your students? What are some important components in a classroom environment? Sort of kind of, that kind of a line, you guys. Okay. So think of that. You guys know what I'm talking about here. I have no idea, but I am learning as I go. So and get this, you guys, before you plan your first lesson or you think about how to, arrange seatings inside your classroom, write out your educational mission statement. And it will be your guiding force behind everything that you do. Okay. So for each belief that you list on your mission statement, consider what it will look and sound like in your classroom as
That
these
part.
will become the steps that you take as a teacher in your daily work. Okay, you guys? So,
That
and
part.
yeah,
Mhm.
so if I have some examples to show you guys, well, to give you guys an example, which is creating a pod seating arrangements or small groups, to have conversations, discussions with your students about whatever you're talking about inside your classroom. Planning frequent opportunities for partner and group work because I obviously love doing that back in school, because that quite, helps out, by learning with other students so they can help out, with the students that, don't understand, the lesson very well. That could be great. And, many more things as well. So I believe this is great. You have any take on this? Thoughts, opinions? I believe this is great for new teachers, for me as well. Yeah.
You said before you enter the classroom.
Mm-hmm. What?
I will say this though, to add on of what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Before you enter your classroom, or the day before the first day of school, go to your new school, go to your classroom, and then spend about, I would say, 20 to 30 minutes and just picture your classroom's going to be like. When I mean your classroom, like, um, imagine what the classroom atmosphere will look like, sound like. Okay. So that way, when you go back to your classroom on the first day of school, you will know how to run it. You will know what the atmosphere feels like. After months of planning, after months of moving in, you will know once you step into your classroom, you got the ball rolling. You
Mm-hmm.
got the all you gotta do is just pass it to
Mm-hmm.
to teacher colleagues.
Yep.
So
Yeah. So yes, new teachers. Hope you listen to what Andrew just said. Um, and so you guys, let's move on to some practical advice for teaching. Now, in your early years in the classroom, capitalizing on the knowledge of fellow teachers and setting up systems for all tasks, if it's large or small, whatever, will be extremely helpful for you. And the most valuable way to spend your prep time is, planning sessions. Seeking connections with colleagues will have a huge impact on your success in those, in your initial years as an educator. Okay. Um, I believe, yes. So you have, I have some, what you call this, some bullet points for you guys here. First is plan with your grade team as much as possible. Frequent collaboration will spark ideas for strategies to try to use in your own classroom. Work together, you guys. Don't be afraid to, ask for help or ask, like some strategies or like, do you have some ideas of how I can use this lesson into my classroom if that teacher or other teachers have taught, that grade level or that subject? As stuff like that, it is okay. It is okay, in my opinion, in my view. What is, Andrew? What?
I was about to say, ask for help.
Yeah.
There are other new teachers that are going through the exact same thing as you are. So ask for help. Okay. To the veteran teachers, help the new teachers out because you was in their shoes before.
Exactly.
So don't be turned away because one of the new teachers had asked you for help. Help them. Okay. The great old motto, the COVID-19 motto, we are on this together. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. We are on this together. So let's help each other.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely, you guys. Now, educators, most of your day involves engaging with your students with only small pockets of time set aside for your planning and preparation. Now, being highly efficient with your time, this can mean the difference between checking important tasks off your list and regularly taking your work home for stressfulness, late night planning, and grading. Um, and hopefully, with me, I hope I do not have to do that, because on my weekends, after I have, teach, Monday through Friday, I will need to rest. on the weekend. So I can be charged back on Monday morning because if I had to bring home, I had to grade, some assignments, do this and that over the weekend. On Monday morning, I am not going to be that very happy. Well, I would try to be, but I will not be that happy teacher that you guys, my
Yeah.
students will see me because during the weekend I have to, plan this, plan this. Okay, what lesson I'm going to teach this day, next week, this and that, what assignments I need to grade, all of that over the weekend. So set time, of to do things, you guys. Set time off. Don't wait to and I know it's not your fault, you guys. I know it. I understand that yes, most weekends you probably will have to, grade lessons. It okay, it will happen. But try to set time of doing things, at a specific time. Okay. Andrew, have something.
Yeah. So use your planning, whenever you're planning, take that advantage. Grade some papers, make lessons for the next day. Like you said, don't take that stressful stuff at home,
Mm-mm.
especially on a Friday. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You want to relax, you want to kick back and relax, enjoy a cup of coffee and watching some movies with your loved ones. Okay. I was
Exactly.
going to say with your boo thing, but there are some teachers out there that are single. But um, that's besides the point. Just don't see. I know for myself. Um, I, that's why I won't do homework because I got life after school. I got a life.
Exactly.
I want to
Yeah.
relax. Okay, I want to relax. I don't want to grade any homework because if I grade homework, every single student's excuse is, "Oh, I didn't do it," and like I'm supposed to get all mad because student didn't do the homework. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna be that type of teacher. Okay, I'm gonna be
Mm-mm.
that type of teacher that I won't assign homework because I understand that the students have a life outside of school. Okay, because some of them play sports, some of them go to have to go home and take care of their younger ones. Some of them have to go to a basketball game or a sports game, stuff of that nature. Okay, so you have to really think about that. You have to think of the students' lives after school. So, I think that's why should homework be allowed in schools is a big topic because there's some teachers that does assign homework, and we kind of talked about
Mm-hmm.
this on
Right.
PGH
Right.
way back. But as for me, I don't do homework. What is
Mm-mm.
homework? Who is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I'll. Yeah.
Relax. I'm trying to get my I'm trying to get an oil change for my car. I don't have time trying to plan lesson plans while I'm getting an oil change for my car. No. I
Yeah.
got bills to pay. I ain't trying to worry about planning lessons for next week.
Yeah. And who turned in what assignments and what? Yeah. No. We don't got time for that.
When
No.
the next rent due.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah. I'm not going to get into that there, but yeah, that is really true. Absolutely, the educators should really, be thinking about that. I mean, seriously,
They should.
I
They should.
I don't know. I just it is what it
Because
is. But
you don't know the student story. You don't know what's going on after school. You just assume
exactly,
everybody goes home at the end of the day.
exactly.
Wrong.
No, that is not always the case. No, you guys.
That's always the case. Because some students have a job right after school.
Exactly. So yeah. All right, you guys, let's move on down to I have some tips or some advice for new teachers out there, which is first is to take 10 minutes or, however long you want to organize your desk and classroom at the
Mhm.
end. of the day. Okay. Set up your morning message or objective on the board and pull the materials you will need for the next day's activities. So I will be doing that at the end of the day, organizing, making sure everything's in place, ready for the next day. What about with you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. I agree, but I disagree.
Okay.
I will probably organize my stuff the morning of
Yeah,
because
true. Yeah,
if you get there early,
right.
you only gotta worry about doing that at the end of the day. When a time says 4:30, peace out. I'm heading home unless there's a meeting that I have to
Yeah,
to.
of course.
A staff meeting that I have to
Yeah.
go to. But other than that, when that says 4:30, peace out. I'm going home. I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Again, unless there's a staff meeting, unless there's a game, let that fall because it's
parent teacher conference. Yeah.
Parent teacher conference, unless there's a game that a student asked me to go to support them.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, if I'm a coach, I have to go to one of the practices that I have to go to or games that I have to go to. But other than that, see y'all tomorrow.
Peace out.
See y'all tomorrow. Don't ask me any questions. Let me stop. See y'all tomorrow. Okay. Now, for the ones that are staying after school, kudos to y'all.
Me.
Okay. Now, you don't have to be the last one to leave. Okay. You don't have to be the last one.
That will probably be me.
Okay. If you're there till, I don't know when school officially closed because the genders. If you're leaving at 6 o'clock and you're the only one live, don't be upset. Don't be upset. Okay. That's like if we both work at the same school and I leave at 4:30. I said goodbye, see you tomorrow, and he's still at school till 6. That's fine. Absolutely fine. I may text him that, hey, can you go by my classroom because I forgot something and just bring it to the office. But at the end of the day, it's fine. It's whatever. Spend as long as you want. Okay. If you need to reorganize or if you need to plan out your lessons before you head home and relax, do that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, when it hits 4:30, I'm out of here.
Okay.
Unless I get a text message or something about a meeting that I did not know of, just believe I will be there in a heartbeat in less than 15 minutes. So.
All right. So you guys just, do whatever feels comfortable, for you. Okay.
And don't be ashamed either. Okay. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed.
Right. Absolutely. Please don't. So
now your coworkers may be looking at you weird because you're staying until 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Like I said before, I'll leave at 4:30. He may leave at 6, 6:15, 6:30. That is okay.
Which is fine.
I may look at you weird, like, what's going on? You okay? He probably said, well, I got a lot going on. I'm reorganizing my stuff, getting my stuff ready for tomorrow. Okay. You have a good weekend. I will see you Monday. That's it. That's all to it. Don't make clear. Okay. All right. Next.
Yes. So the next I have, you guys, I have is to set up systems for seemingly simple tasks. For example, you guys, having a copy basket on your desk in which to drop materials and, designating, a specific time for copying materials will, help out, so you don't have to, always worry about, oh gosh, okay, what do I need to copy? I gotta find, this sheet. Where did I put it? I gotta make so many copies. You don't need to worry about that. Just have somewhere, on your desk, to where you need to make copies of. Have, one sheet of paper already out of what you need to copy, and then bam, you be ready to go. You don't have to always, fidget around your classroom making a mess and try to,
Unnecessary.
okay.
Unnecessary. That's what file cabinets are there for. That's why you have a folder. Okay.
Yes, teachers.
Us math teachers, we're gonna need a couple of folders and a file cabinet because there's so much lessons. I mean, yes, there are other lessons as well with other subjects, but in reference for us, we're probably
Mhm,
gonna need a whole lot of folders and a whole lot of we're probably gonna need a file cabinet because
mhm. Yeah,
there's so many resources to use for a math class, and there's
correct.
too many lessons. So don't please don't make a mess in your classroom trying to find that one piece of paper you're trying to make a copy of. Don't do that. And now you got to spend the whole time during your playing period trying to clean up your classroom. Don't do that. And you wonder why you feel tired. And your students are coming back from lunch. Get it together now. Get it together. Next case.
Number 3, you guys, and I really like this here. And I'm going to be, I believe I talk about this on here, and I also did on Future Educators Talk. Quickly assess every lesson that you teach. So think about what works very well with you, what didn't go as planned, because everything, you guys, is not going to. Let me stop this here and just say my 2 cents on this. Everything that you plan, you guys, in the order that you want it to go in, it is not going to go always as planned. Some days it will, and congratulations to you. Most days it will not, because things happen. Things happen, you guys. You don't have to always go by what you always put down in the order that you want it to go. Everything
Mm,
is not always perfect. Things will
mm,
go, out of balance.
mm. Good thing you brought that up because there are some days where you have to take your students to the auditorium for a presentation, or you have to take them to um, or fire drills and tornado drills is a good example. Because listen,
Yeah.
some days you are teaching, you doing your lesson, you
Mhm.
doing your thing, and next you know there's a fire drill.
Yeah.
And you gotta stop whatever you're doing, make sure everything your students, make sure you try to get them out the door and all that. And once you get back in the building for your fire drill, now you gotta remember what you left off. It will happen. Trust me, it will happen. It will.
Yeah.
It will. Don't.
Absolutely. Or if there's like, you guys, if there's like a big storm that's coming and, all students, have to go home, leave early and
Gas
stuff,
shortage.
that will,
Gas.
mess up because, you have, let's say you have taught 3 classes already and you have a total of 5 classes. You have already taught 3. And the
Mhm.
2 classes, they are going to be way behind depending on, this big storm of how long that will last. They will be behind, and all of your 3 classes are already caught up. So, that will miss. So, yeah. That
Another
will.
good example
Mm-hmm.
that happened earlier this year, the gas shortage. Okay. I was supposed to sub for 2 days, right? For a class. But due to the gas shortage, which was unexpectedly, all the students had to stay home from school. Good example right there. I'm telling you. And then now you got to postpone everything to the next day. I mean, stuff like that can happen, man. Stuff can happen.
No, yes.
you always gotta prepare for you always gotta expect the unexpected. Okay, you always
True.
okay. That's why you always have plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, N, O, P, Q, R,
The
T,
whole
U,
alphabet, you guess. The
W,
whole
X, Y,
alphabet.
and Z.
Because plan A is not gonna always work, you guys.
Now, if a
Not
plan A does
always.
work, kudos,
Congratulations.
kudos to you.
Yes.
But sometimes plan A does not work, and sometimes you gotta go to a different plan, um, yeah, different plan. What am I trying to say? Different plan. So next case.
Next up, you guys, is incorporate informal conference regularly. So you can create a one-page document, with all, the strategies and skills that you expect from your students to master across a unit. And on this sheet, you can jot down notes when meeting with the students. Not only does it cut back on paperwork, but also it ensures that you are focused in your meetings with students and give the most relevant feedback. Mhm. And we did quite something like this back in middle school, to where like our teachers, some of our teachers will pretend like this would be in my math and English class, to where they would have meetings with us one by one. They would call us back, to their desk, see of what we are struggling with, if there's anything that we need help with and stuff with that, and they will literally sit down and just help you out for as many minutes it will take. And I quite like that, because you are having, and see again, you guys, that connection with your students of see what are they having troubles in, how can they improve, stuff like that. Because I feel like every teacher should do that, and I don't know if if all teachers does this, but every teacher should do this, to where to see about the students growth individually, not as a whole. I understand that it's important to see where the class data is at, but what about doing it individually to see which student needs more help into whatever you're teaching, and then what students don't need that time of if they excel in that unit and stuff like that. What's your take on that, Andrew? You have anything you think that's good, or you have another take on that? All right, you guys. Finally, and I like this here, but I agree with this, and then I quite disagree with this here, which is have students grade their own quizzes. Not only will this help students strengthen their abilities to self-assess their understanding, but also it is, very sufficient and adds more value to your quiz by empowering your students. Now, self-assessment is a skill that students need to be taught, but putting in the practice, as well as creating clear, student-friendly rubrics and checklists, will be a benefit to both you and your students.
No.
I do agree with that, but I do disagree, because I had this. We did this. I actually did this. Our teachers did let us grade our own quizzes, and I feel like um
Oh
that should
yes.
not work, because as a teacher, as we are going over it together, and trying to get the correct answer, you will have some of those students who are going to change their answer and think that they got that answer correctly, to try to get a better grade.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm, that will
Mm-hmm.
not work in my classroom. No, I'll be the one grading the assignments, because that's like cheating of there. And then when it comes down to the state test and stuff like that, your student does not have any idea of how to do it, because you know why? Because all this time you allow your students to grade the quizzes, and they are cheating on them.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about you, Andrew? I'm just balanced with it.
Okay. See, I gotta think of it as if this was like my own classroom.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah.
Right.
No.
Right. Absolutely.
Pass your papers to the front. I will grade you. I will grade them. No, because I just thought about it. No, what you just said, because some students will change the answer, and
Absolutely.
and that's the same thing with grading each other's papers. Because next, the student right next to you is gonna be like, "Hey, can you change that to A?" No, pass your papers to the front. I'll grade them. You'll get it back on Tuesday. So no.
I don't see
And then you gotta
why.
repeat yourself, I don't know, like 5 times. Oh, the answer to number 1 is D, as in dog. What? What's the answer? No, I'm not gonna repeat 5
Yeah,
times.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Pass your papers to the front. I'll read
I
them.
see what you're doing.
Now, there will be a time where I do not feel like grading papers.
Right. Yeah.
But it would just be that one time. It would just be that one time. But other than that, no.
Yeah.
Pass your papers up to the front. Thank
you. Yes. So, you guys, that is the final tip there for all of my new teachers out there of to how to start your first year off right with confidence. So I hope this helps out to you because this will definitely help out with me as well. And then also with Andrew as well, once he becomes, a teacher as well. I mean, he is a substitute teacher, but once he becomes, a teacher,
classroom. Yeah.
has his own classroom, then yes, absolutely, you guys. So Andrew, you have any like tips or advice that you want to give out to all the new teachers for this upcoming school year?
Good luck. Do your best. It's okay. You pick right back up and you keep fighting through until June. There are sometimes days that are rough, but you gotta pick right back up because there's a light at the tunnel. Okay, there's always a light at each tunnel. If I could speak on today, so that's your motivation quote for the day. Frett quote. No, Frett. Hashtag Frett motivation. There we go.
Love it. All right. So thank you again, Andrew, for joining me today. And you guys, he is going to be back again on next week's episode. So tune in, you guys, to see what we will be talking about. So yeah. So again, thank you, Andrew, for coming on. And yeah. So thank you.
Yes. Really appreciate it.
I want to thank you guys. So, also, you guys, make sure it is down onto the screen right now. Follow Andrew Frett on his social media accounts, his shows, and please support him, you guys, because I support him. He supports me right back. So, DTM fam, support him. Please support him. So, without that all the way, you guys, until next time, take care of yourself, be blessed, and enjoy your weekend. Peace.
Unless you got to work tomorrow, with myself. But I will try to enjoy my weekend. I will try.
Peace out, DTM fam.
Thank you, Masayan. Welcome back. How are you today? You doing good? Yeah, I miss you. Not really. All right, let's put it on the show.
Oh my gosh.
Let's dance to the highlight of the show here.
All right.
He got his snacks ready. He said, I am eating after this.
Yeah.
Damn. Somebody eats the food right after this. As soon as we end this, I am eating. So that's why I said this is gonna be short. But,